Hello everyone, today we're looking at this. This is a rare Novatel NVT 1320. Now these ones are, they were around in 1990. These were released around about 89, 1990 and operated on the analog cellular standard called ETAX or Enhanced TAX. If you you've seen the other video that I did about the Motorola ET phone or emergency telephone, that was provided by a company called the RAC. If y'all don't know what the RAC is, Wikipedia it. It's basically a company that came out with a tow truck or a van. If you were stuck in your car somewhere or your car wouldn't start, they'd help you out and get you on your way. This was their offering. Check out the other video on this phone. And by comparison, this was a much smaller phone because this is based on a normal Motorola bag phone. Quickly open this up and show you. It's just standard stuff, really. Check out the other video for this phone. Today, though, we're looking at the competition to the Motorola ET phone, and that would have been, at the time, would have been this, which was a Novatel. Now, I do own two of these, and I've actually only just noticed that one of them's got a yellow LCD display, the other one's got a nice bright reddy orange display. And I literally just noticed that now, because I've owned these for about 10 years. Believe it or not, and never really played with these much. Just powered them on when I got them, and just made sure that the handset came on. I never really sort of took any notice of them. So let's have a quick look. First, before you go delve in, you got the antenna here. You got a little flap with your cigarette lighter charger, your cigarette connector there, and not much else. You got this little pocket up here, and that's where your battery would have fitted if you had a battery at the time. Obviously, these were emergency telephones for rescue, so generally you'd always have this in the car, so you'd be plugged in with the cigarette lighter. And I've got one here which plugs into the wall socket on the wall. So we're ready to fire this one up. So right off the bat, though, you got a nice little display. This one still has the original plastic cellophane on it. That's how little this phone's actually been used. And what you'll notice straight away, right off the bat, is that this handset only has a couple of keys. This is how they actually made the phones. You only got the 1 key and the 9 key and 3 other keys and some volume buttons. The reason being is that obviously this was a direct link to AA CallSafe, which was the Automotive Association, which are the guys that came out and rescued you when you were stuck somewhere on the road. So this one, I think, is the one with the red display. So let's quickly power this one up. Dig out the cable just here. And that's what you got. It's got the similar sort of tone to the Motorola when you first power these on. Of course, it says no service because this phone operates on the old analogs technology, and of course, they shut off analog cell towers about 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, give or take. What's important to note, though, is you can only dial a number with 1 or 9 in it, obviously, so 999 or 911 would have been appropriate. Or if you just press and held that, you'd get the AA service. In fact, you also got, I think, you got a pamphlet, a laminated pamphlet, which showed you how to use this. And I haven't actually read this myself, but you need to press 3 ones, and then you would press send. And of course, you get the tone that you can't dial out. But going by these instructions, you'd get press 111 for AA service or 999 for the emergency services. And that's about it, really. It's important to note that this particular phone operated on the Vodafone ETAX system, whereas the RAC one operated on the Cellnet cellular system. There was only 2 analog systems back in the day in the UK. Obviously one was for one and the other one was for the other, obviously. So what else can I tell you about this? Not much, really. This is about as basic as it gets. The picture shows you that you could connect it obviously to the cigarette lighter, or you could obviously put a battery with a socket on there. It doesn't really tell you much, though. So yeah, tells you operating voltage and some other bits and bobs there. Just some factual things about temperature and 2.8 watts, class 2 ETAX. There it is. Transmit frequency 872 to 904 megahertz. Receive 917 to 949. 2.5 amps full power. But anyway, out with that. So, looking at the handset, then there ain't really much I can show you. If we dial 999, we get the same sound. Obviously, that you can't dial out. Function 1 locks it. I'm going to try and lock this. So that's now locked. The only combination, obviously, to unlock that would be either 11 or 1919. And there we go, it's unlocked. To change the volume, obviously, you got these two buttons here. And I don't know if y'all can hear that. And if you wanted to change the loudness of the ringer, you'd go function. And obviously that would lower the volume or increase the volume. And that's pretty much it. Now, I did say I had two of these. Let me just dig out the other one real quick. This is the other one. Exactly the same, except that the handset is a little bit more used compared to this one here. And this one does have the yellow display. And just to show y'all, I'm going to power this one off. If it'll let me power off. Oh, you need to do function power. There we go. I'm going to disconnect this and just steal the handset off this one because I've only got one charging cable for the 12-volt car adapter thing, so can't really be bothered to unplug it from down here. So just quickly swap the handsets around, and with a bit of luck, nope, that doesn't power on. Let's quickly reset that. There we go. So this would have been the yellow display again, same sort of thing, no service, and same everything really. I'm gonna quickly peel this little cover off so you'll get to see the underside of this. Kids, don't try this at home with your phone if you got one of these, because it will probably screw up the handset. So you did get quite a few buttons by the looks of it, but they only ever installed the 1 key and the 9 key, which is interesting really, because you don't normally ever see that on a phone. There's only one Motorola phone I've ever seen with a couple of keys like this, and I'm not sure the model of that. So certainly not a Novatel like this. Pretty basic, but it did work. It was state of the art at the time, and whereas with the AA, if you got one of these back in the day, you didn't really have to worry about call charges, because you could only ever dial 999 or 111 to get through to the AA, so you couldn't actually place any normal regular calls. So I don't think you actually got a bill for this, or you might have done just a basic line rental bill. Whereas the RAC phone, this phone, which I did in the other video, obviously had a full keypad. It did have the dedicated button for the RAC, but you could place normal calls on that phone and use it as just a normal cell phone that, you know, was portable. Of course, the other alternative, if you had neither of these, was obviously a CB. This is a nice little compact handheld one. This does actually have a 2-meter antenna, believe it or not. The antenna to this stands as tall as me, almost. Just basic 3 channels, and obviously the battery slotted in there. I'm not going to power this on because it's not appropriate. Nobody uses these anymore anyway, so this is just a heap of junk really. But just so I'd show y'all really what these consist of. I'll quickly power this off and show you the inside real quick, because it is actually quite interesting to see how these phones were built. Now, if you think about it, Most bag phones were complete units in one. And why is this not turning off? I don't know. I'm going to rip the power cord out. Most of the bag phones were built as bag phones. This, on the other hand, wasn't. Strangely, I'm going to use the other one purely because it's already got the handset inside. So if you think normal bag phones were built for bag phones, this, on the other hand, is a little bit different because it does actually look like these were pretty much thrown together in a factory. If I can get this guy out, it is a snug fit. Something blocking this. I don't know what. Here we go. Right. So there's the bag. Now, this is what the inside looks like, and it does look like this should actually have been fitted to a car, because this is the cradle where the handset fits, and normally you would have that screwed onto here, and that you would obviously have screwed. You'd fix something to the car and something would slot in here, and that would hold this in place with the handset on here, and this obviously bolted to that. And obviously the actual phone bit, this piece here would be somewhere in the boot or the trunk of your car, or hidden away somewhere underneath the dash. So just how they built this is pretty primitive, but I guess it worked at the time, and you know, this was cheap to manufacture. If you think, actually, this is just actually a bit of plastic. You could literally just rip this open and take the actual phone unit out. In fact, let's do that quickly, just to show you what I mean. That's what you got, basically. It's not much to it, really, if you think about it. And this is just a flimsy bit of plastic, believe it or not. So there you go. How to destroy an old Novatel. Short little cable here, and obviously that's sat in there. This plugs into that, and then from there you got another socket, and your handset would plug into that. I think these were for microphone and speaker extensions by the looks of it. I'm not too sure because I don't have a manual, but oh yes, it does actually say. So that one would be for the speaker and that would be for the microphone. So it does actually tell you just there. I don't know if y'all can see the logo. But anyway, so just a quick video to show you all one of these. I'm pretty sure not many of you have seen one of these, because certainly they don't come up very often. I've only ever seen probably 3 or 4 other than the 2 I own. So worth noting anyway. So if you like this video or any of the other phones in the other videos, give me the thumbs up, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So thanks for watching.